Hey friends, how's everybody doing today? We don't have anybody in here yet. This is a completely unplanned live stream, so I'm just going to go ahead and start pinging you. Hopefully we get some people in here. Hey Amos, how's it going? You hear my cat in the background? Yeah, I needed to get this painting done and decided I'll just go live and do it and chat with everyone. Hey Crazy and Oops, how's it going? Hope everyone's having a good day. Forgot that part is wet. Megan M, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing good. Put some shade in on this porch roof so we can give it some dimension here. Glad you're doing good, Amos. How's everybody's weather? Hey, Eve. Oh, thank you so much. And Raquel, I appreciate that. So many people initially, whenever I started doing my videos, are like, stop the fake laugh. And it's so funny because, like, that's just literally how I laugh all the time in my daily life. Hey, Anna Allie, how's it going? Ooh, 4 a.m. where you are, Crazy and Oops. Holy crap. Well, hey, I'm glad to be here. Oh, thank you, Anna Allie from Canada. Nice. Y'all still having winter up there? We've been having our rainy, stormy season here. Thank you, Amos. Appreciate that. Like I said in the other live stream, for anyone who didn't see it, the reason why the top and bottom parts aren't painted, thank you, Raquel. I have pieces of wood that are from this 1800s town scene that I'm painting, and those historic pieces of wood will be attached on the top and the bottom once the middle painting is done. I'm going to try and do the meals tack here pretty soon. That'll really, bring it together. Hey, Amanda, awesome. 2 Canadian friends in here today. Nice. Shading in this porch ceiling. Historic paintings are one of my favorite things to do, that and portraits. I really love doing portraits. It's so fun to really use the paint and the art to bring out people's features that they may not even really recognize and realize. Hey, Moontan. Oh, from the Netherlands. Awesome. Thank you, Arona. We had another friend in here the other day from the Netherlands. That is so cool that y'all are watching. I love it. I've always been fascinated with the Netherlands. One of my favorite artists, Hieronymus Bosch, is from there. Love Bosch's stuff. I kind of idealized his work a bit. Amos Chaos Art has its place. Take a look at, I'm sure you know of Jackson Pollock, Amos's His art is pure chaos. Hieronymus Bosch, Moontan. Bosch is his last name. He did the Garden of Earthly Delight. And that one is so interesting because hey Nisa, for decades, yeah, well, for centuries, people thought Bosch must have been on some serious hallucinogens to do the paintings he did. And honestly, he still might have been. But it was finally discovered that he was part of the really serious Catholic order, and they commissioned the paintings for him of the carnival scene, which was kind of like Mardi Gras. And the point was to show people the possible repercussions of hell in the Catholic religion and cause them to want to buy pardons after the carnival. That was the point of Bosch's work, apparently, which to me takes absolutely nothing away from it. I love that he did something so wild. That's awesome, Eve. Ooh, I love crochet. I haven't done it in ages, but crochet is so calming. In the early 2000s, me and my cousin, we were like best friends, and we still are. And we used to love in the early 2000s to crochet. We'd make ourselves white Russians and watch Dave Chappelle and crochet. Watch Chappelle's show. Ooh, Carnival still celebrated there? That's awesome. Nice. Moontown, do you know anything about New Orleans Mardi Gras? Are there still similarities? I'll have to look up Netherlands Carnival. I didn't know it still happened. That's amazing. Nice, Savona. Another Chappelle fan. Chappelle, like, I don't think there'll ever be another comedian quite like Chappelle, you know? He's just a classic. Hey, Weeds, how are you? If you want to come up, I'll drop a link. Knitting is something I never learned. It seems so much more complicated to me than crocheting. People tell me that's all in my head, but who knows? That's awesome, Moontan. I suspected it was, but I didn't know. I love hearing that from someone who knows that Mardi Gras and Carnival is a different expression of a similar festival, very similar. Oh, into the weeds, Amber. She is miserable and at the doctor. Hate that. I hope she feels better. All of us, so many of the friends here, and me too, we all have chronic illness, it seems, and that sucks. Hate it. I hope we all get cures. Hey, Joy, how's it going? We're just chilling and painting. I found some copyright-free music to put on in the background. Let me know, y'all, if it's too loud. I was watching a show the other day, y'all, where they were authenticating an old master painting. And something that they're able to find a lot is the artist's fingerprints here and there. And once that's found, then you can find that in other paintings. And yeah, we constantly, like y'all saw me right there, just using my finger to move some paint. I accidentally got a different way. And that's just a funny thing. Also, they've used DNA from cat fur, because most artists have cats. We love our cats. And the fur, it just gets everywhere. As much as you try and keep your canvas, your surface clear, there so little cat fur gets in there at times. So that's another thing that I find fun that they've used to authenticate old master paintings is DNA from cat fur, matching DNA from cat fur from paintings of theirs that are known definitely to be authentic. I shared a meme on social media the other day that said, maybe I'm an artist and maybe I ain't, but all my clothes are covered in paint. And it's so true. Joy, the original picture is from the 1800s. I think it's a donkey because those are smaller than mules, right? I should know this, Missouri mules, and my grandpa has a mule farm in Missouri that um, all of our family has shares in. So I should know, but I think the mules are bigger. So I think it would be a donkey because this is a water cart. I haven't painted in the water bucket yet, but the dude was, this little guy here was hauling around this water cart. And there's a barrel in here that I'm going to paint in soon that has like a water thing in there where they were selling water. The particular town that this picture was taken in had mineral springs, which are considered healing springs in the 1800s. And a fun fact about that is a lot of people actually did get healed by those mineral springs because mineral deficiency was a thing back then where it really isn't so much now because we know now through science what minerals we absolutely have to have, and our food is mostly fortified with those to keep people from going into such bad mineral deficiency. But at the time this was created, the original picture in the late 1800s, mineral deficiency was still a big thing. And so the town that sprung up around these mineral wells, people valued the water from those particular wells so much and springs that people would go around the town with these little carts and mule donkeys selling it. Yeah, Montana had a lot of stuff like that. They're still near the springs today. They have plaques that have a breakdown of exactly what all minerals are in the springs, and people still get water out of them to this day. I've drunk it. Joy, yes, me too. Love the old spring. Joy, yes, I think you're right. A donkey. Oh yeah, Eureka Springs, Into the Weeds, one of my favorite places. Oh, that's awesome, Ivana. Ivana Live for Love. She is originally from the Czech Republic. She said they have the same thing there too. People come to bathe in the mineral hot springs. Yeah, they have hot springs like that in Arkansas portion of the Ozarks. Oh, how nice. Into the Weeds. Love that. Yeah, Mineral Well, Texas. Very cool. Hey, boss lady. How's it going? Country Live. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to see you in chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, as Ryan Anderson would say, it is what it is, Amos. You guys crack me up. Y'all think Ryan's going to do another reaction to Gypsy's apology? I'm so curious of whether or not that got to him. Thank you, boss lady. I appreciate that. Let's do a poll. Waynesville, Missouri, river. Oh, how cool. I love that. Love it. Missouri's rivers and springs, just so amazing. Joy, poll on the painting. 1 for love, 2 for like, no dislike option. Nice. Yeah, Amos, I honestly feel kind of the same. I don't know if he's fully falling for the apology, but I don't think he's going to do anymore. It's just a feeling I get. Yeah, step girl, fall back in line. Unfortunately, it's kind of looking that way. We'll see. He's surprised us a few times. We never know. Do a little highlight up here on the roof peak. I'll show the contour of it. You know what's wild, y'all, is like contouring on a flat surface is so easy for me, especially when I'm doing portraits and stuff. But when contouring makeup became all the rage, I had a really hard time with it because your face is not a flat surface. And yeah, that was really difficult. And I really studied makeup before I started doing this channel. So I wanted to learn how to do it better. And I watched a lot of drag queen video tutorials because they're amazing with makeup. And so it was really funny when I had a commenter who got mad at me and wanted to insult me. And they're like, "You look like a drag queen." It's like, well, I was practicing that. Oh, thank you, Ivana. Yeah, chronic pain, it's awful. And I'm glad that laughter helps. Yeah, chicken lady, I kind of agree. Feel like it might happen. Joy says I'm not girly at all. Like I'm a weird combo because I grew up, very country, very rural, backwoods, dirt roads in the Ozarks in Southwest Missouri. And so, climbing in the barns and the creeks and all that stuff and riding the horses. And like I said, my grandpa had mules. And um, so I was very much a tomboy, but at the same time, I was always artistic. So half the time, I would be ripping up my dang princess dress, jumping out of the barn loft to, catch a horse or a snake or something. It was always a weird combo. Hey, Raquel, it would be so Ryan to not mention anything. Yeah, Moontan, I'm sure he did, unfortunately. It really seems that way. Eve Popola, she thinks so too. Yeah, Eve, she knew the tears would soften his heart. So, yeah, Ryan, y'all remember when you said before that Gypsy knows that she can really crank up that voice and it gets to him every time? So, yeah, the crying and the super high voice in the video wasn't nothing like that acted. You punch, I punch 10 times harder. There was none of that there. It was all Ryan, you should be ashamed of yourself. Crazy and oops. Oh yeah, it did contain that one truth. Piece of shit. Oh y'all, so funny. I did notice that, boss lady. She really totally missed his head with that completely. Barely got water on his face at all. It kind of all went down the back of his head and his back. I keep getting paint on my brush and then forgetting exactly which part I'm going for. It's the portrait, working on the portrait. Yeah, one truth. I agree, Ivona. I think that unfortunately Ryan is still in love with her. I don't know what it's going to take for him to learn his lesson. Oh, that is too white. I got to gray that up. A little black. Yeah, I agree, Eve. The cringe video was the true Gypsy. The apology totally fake. Sorry, guys. My allergies are acting up today. That's why I don't have my nose ring in. You're not distracting and annoying. I love having y'all here to chat. Yeah, I agree, Amos. Ryan does want to spill truth, but a likely only truth that would actually result in bringing Gypsy back to him. I'm not sure that his anger is going to last any further than tossing out the pillows. And on that tossing out the pillows thing, like, y'all, septum gate, yeah. She did think she was Griselda Blanco for a minute there. Can y'all imagine, like, did he have to go pick them up afterwards? Because I'm sure you can't just litter household goods into the apartment lawn. I would have felt so dumb afterwards, like having that big fit and then having to pick up the pillows. Oh, man. Yep. Hey, Mariah. Yeah, I agree. I still can't believe Gypsy released that about him and his treatment. Uh, I know a lot of people are saying it could very likely be pain management, and I've read that that is a possible thing. But to me, whenever Ryan texted Rod and said get it down, that seems to confirm it's something sensitive. But at the end of the day, it's really none of our business. Like, I don't care to know what the issue was if Ryan isn't comfortable sharing it. But since Gypsy put it out there, it's information that we're talking about. But yeah, I'm not interested in any further details unless Ryan chooses to share them. But it does seem like it was something sensitive because of the way he texted Rod. He said a neighbor collected the items up. I wondered. Crazy Noob. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Crazy Noob said, imagine getting hit with a gypsy pillow while you're out for a walk. That's trauma. That's true. And that's kind of part of what I was thinking of. Can you imagine being one of Ryan's neighbors while that's happening? So funny. Narc love is hard to move on. Yeah. Boss lady, I hope he stays mad too. And I don't know if y'all saw, but in that last video, oh, it wasn't the last video I did, but the video I did about Gypsy's apology, I apologized to Ryan because I've said several times in my videos, I don't understand why in the hell Ryan can't get over why, this and that. Well, now we know it's because she was still texting him and giving him help. So yeah, I was like, Ryan, I am sorry. I did not understand. People are reporting Jib can't do anything about it. Oh yeah, that might be why she took it down, Mummy Brown. Thanks for being here, Mummy. Oh wow. In the UK, you can't even get cannabis for your fibromyalgia. That sucks. Oh, I use cannabis for all my stuff. I'm always try to be clear to people that if I wasn't chronically ill, I would still use cannabis because I like to get high. But unfortunately, due to my chronic illness, my tolerance is too high to get high. I just get the medical benefits mainly. I smoke frequently and it helps my nausea. It helps my muscle soreness from circulation issues and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I'm about to take a smoke break right now, y'all. Let me get this line in here to define the wood on that porch. Same weed, same, and Mummy Brown. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, country life of a chicken lady. She called a possum on her porch, Gypsy Rose, and her husband was confused because he's not into true crime or the Gypverse. Everything my husband knows about Gypsy Rose, he learned against his will. Rachel, so I was diagnosed with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, in 2008. I had been dealing with the symptoms for a lot of years before that, but 2008 was my diagnosis. They did the diagnosis with a tilt table test. The tilt table test, they strap you to a table and just tilt you kind of upside downish for a while and then turn you back up to see if it affects your blood pressure, because the P in POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, obviously indicates posture is an issue with it. And yeah, pretty much as soon as they turned me up, I fainted dead away in the straps and they had to catch me a little bit. I've been on heart meds and stuff since, but it is what it is. I had to give up my motorcycle. I used to ride motorcycles. I had 3 during my riding time. I started out with a Yamaha V-Star 750, and that was fun to ride, but it was kind of heavy for me. I don't have a ton of upper body strength, so I got a Virago Yamaha Virago, and that was, I think, a 535. And then after that, I graduated up. I got a nice Harley. I had a 2011 Harley Superlow. It was really cool. I had a lot of fun on it. I rode it down to Eureka Springs, rode it down to the Boston Mountains a lot, Southwest Missouri, Ozarks. Ozarks is wonderful for motorcycle cruising. But yeah, and I was doing that with POTS. Obviously, I bought my Harley new in 2011 and I was diagnosed in 2008. But over the years, the symptoms got worse and worse and worse. Into the weeds that I can see you on a Harley. I'll send you a picture. Over the years, it got worse and worse. And my fainting spells and my blood pressure drops and fluctuations got worse to where my cardiologist said, you've got to give up motorcycle riding. So yeah, I'm all domesticated now. I do drive a standard. My car is a manual shift because I just like feeling like you're doing something mechanical, you know? Eve says she's in the UK too. They give her codeine, but no cannabis. Oh, I'm sorry, Ivona. Yeah, that's a sad thing. A lot of people do have trouble and lose family members on motorcycles. I've lost people too. Thank you, Steph girl. I appreciate that. I'm gonna take a little smoke break with y'all. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, Missouri legalized cannabis, and I moved out of Missouri a few years back. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I am a Missouri girl, deeply through and through. Born and raised there. I'll be buried there. My family all lives there. I spend time there. I still pay Missouri taxes for convoluted reasons and stuff like that. But late in the pandemic, I had to move out of Missouri for financial reasons. And Missouri has recreational cannabis, and the state I currently live in has medical cannabis. So whether I'm, at my current home or my forever home, I always have access to cannabis, thank goodness. Codamol, I don't know what that is. Oops, the music stopped. Oh, there it goes. Into the weeds. I can't drive a stick or a motorcycle. Oh, I bet you could. I bet you could with a little practice. My great grandma taught me to drive a stick whenever I was 17. I hear you, Ivona. Yeah, honestly, I've it's been so many years now that I've been restricted from riding a motorcycle that it's hard for me to even think of how I used to ride these days without getting a little anxiety. I'm like, wow, that was actually pretty dangerous. Oh man, Texas wants to ban THCA. Oh, okay. Codeine and Tylenol. I'm with you. Oh, you taught your grandma how to drive weeds. How fun. Oh, that's cool, Rachel. I have friends in Oregon. They all speak very highly of it. And I love seeing the way that nature grows in the Pacific Northwest. Y'all have ferns just pop up everywhere. I love it. Smoked the good brown stuff for 35 years. Oh, it's wild, isn't it, boss lady? Like, even, I'm a millennial. I'm in my early 40s. But even, hey, Hilda, Norway. We've got a few friends in here from the Netherlands too, getting people all over the world. I love it. And several in the UK. So yeah, I'm in my early 40s. I'm a millennial, but even early 2000s weed compared to now is so vastly different. And it's funny, a lot of people with low tolerances are now actually trying to find the old Reggie stuff and the back in the day stuff that's not so crazy. Hey, Kathleen. Because they have a low tolerance and just want to feel a little buzz. They don't want to get blasted out of their mind on the new medical strains and everything. Hey, Australia. I didn't realize you were Crazy and Oops is in Australia. So, yeah, That's like sought after now. It's so funny. People spend all these years creating these crazy wild strains, and people are with low tolerance are now wanting the natural old style stuff. Yeah, they can't. It's hard to find. Thank you, Hilda. I was explaining to everyone earlier. This is Hilda, and a couple people just come in. The reason the tops and the bottoms aren't painted is because I have pieces of original wood from the 1800 structures in the town that I'm painting, and those two pieces will be attached to the top and the bottom after I'm done. That's why this one's on a wood panel instead of a cloth canvas, so they can be screwed in. So once they're screwed in with modern screws, then I'm going to cut off the original nail heads and glue those over the modern screw heads, so you won't even be able to see them. Neighbors smoke really stinky. We'd have to close the window. Thank you, Kathleen. Joy says, "No, that's what I want, not the extra strings." I hear you. Where is my liner brush? I need a very thin brush for some detail here. Hey, Jelly, how's it going? That's cool, Hilda. Oh, I didn't even know you could get CBD in the UK. Yeah. Crazy Noob's extra strength is all that works for me. My tolerance is too high. I can't really even hardly get stoned anymore because I use medically. So, yeah. Oops, I grabbed the wrong plate. Ooh, paste from Amsterdam. That's got to be interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Jelly. Amos, did you go to Amsterdam? Had them in Alaska to sleep, couldn't get them here. That's my doctor. Yeah, Kathleen, Alaska is really ahead of the curve on marijuana and edibles. Hey, B, how's it going? From what I understand, Alaska had recreational way before Colorado and the other states. I'm using kind of a messed up brush here because I want this to look like old wood, kind of scattery. So getting a brush where the bristles are kind of apart gives it that cracked look. Oh, bees in Canada too. Nice. Yeah, I agree, boss lady. It took forever, and some states still ain't got it. I feel so bad for all the chronically ill people in states where they haven't updated yet. What on earth? Got a weird comment from StreamYard. Someone trying to sell me a way to buy views. It looks like, no thanks. People will watch me or they won't. Thank you, Joy. Yeah, Kathleen, it would. Yeah, when I get edibles with a high CBD content too. It really helps. Thank you, Ivana. Hey, the Sad Cafe. Thank you. I was born in the early 80s. I didn't want to put my exact birth year on out on YouTube. So I just did, 1980 Millennial Commentates as a representative of, the 80s. Thank you, B. Yeah, I do agree. I prefer edibles over pharmaceuticals as much as I can. Every now and then you need what you need, but I'm just glad we live in the time of advanced medicine that we do, and we don't have to suffer like our ancestors did. That's cool. Country Life of Chicken Baby, ladies. 81 baby. Yeah, Mummy Brown. Joy, that's awesome. Yeah, I gotta get Quana to Amber. The soft piece, whenever I felt this morning, I believe is good enough to go. So I'm gonna test it by putting wrapping paper over it, the shipping paper, for just a little bit, and then take it off and see if it sticks. And I'll do that for a little more time to make sure it's good before I feel comfortable shipping it. 77 here. Awesome, Mummy Brown. Janet Goodart, you graduated in the 80s. Awesome. You were probably one of those super cool girls I thought was so beautiful. I loved in the 80s whenever I was a kid, and like all the teenagers and like the models and everything in the 80s had the big hair. I love big hair, but my hair is really thin. That's why I do wigs and scarves a lot. First was born in 79. Late 70s here. Yeah, I loved that big hair. I really like the 80s hair bands too, the hair rock. Like it was just so hard. The metal guitars, I loved it. Def Leppard. My husband laughs at me because I say that, but I don't actually know the names of a lot of 80s metal hair bands. And every time he's playing one, I'm like, oh, is that Def Leppard? And he's like, they're all Def Leppard to you. Oh, there he is in the comments. Yes. Called out. My husband is 1970s Gen X moderates in the comments. Nice. David Lee Roth. Oh, cool. Chicken Lady's seen Def Leppard in concert. That's awesome. And Poison. Punks in Town. Nice. Hubby was an 80s metal kid. How funny. To the Punks in Town and was scared. Yeah, I understand. I idolized those people as an 80s kid, but I was also a very conservative, homeschooled, religious kid. So I was a little scared of them too. Oh, the perms. I've had perms. I used to get them in the 90s, and still, I think I got my last perm in like the 20 teens. I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it another volume shot. And I still enjoy them when they're done right, but they are a lot of work. A lot of work. The zebra spandex for all. That is hilarious. Does anyone remember Big Head Todd and the Monsters from the 80s? I said it the other day. Toddy had no idea who I was talking about, but I was talking to Toddy. Oh, Church of England, dad, LDS, mom, turned on spiritualist. I understand. I get you. I don't have experience with those religions specifically, but I understand confusion. Religious confusion. Oh, Genesis. Cool. Cool, cool. Ivana remembers Big Head Todd and the Monsters. The song title, let's see. I think the one I'm thinking of is called Angela Danger Love. Let me look real quick. Brokenhearted Savior. Bittersweet. Sister Sweetly. Those are some main ones that I remember that I like. Thank you, B. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Ivana, love Prince. Love Prince. And you know what? He was so iconic, too, in the way he just went about things. Oh, Stuff Girls calls. So Cyndi Lauper. Prince and Bowie Christmas tree. Nice. So Prince, Dave Chappelle did a show where he dressed up as Prince for a skit, and it was hilarious. Like he did, Prince playing basketball and high heels and all this different stuff. Well, Prince later released an album where he used a picture of Dave Chappelle dressed as him on the cover of his album. It was so funny. Dave Chappelle was talking about it and he was like, "What am I going to do? I was dressed as him." Thank you, B. Super furry animals. No, I haven't heard of those, Amos. I'll have to check them out. Blouses versus skins. That's funny. Study my arm here. Paisley Park. It's my Graceland. Where does Paisley Park? The song Breakfast Can Wait with Dave on the cover. Thank you, Ivona. Oh, the B-52s in 1980. That had to be super cool. Wow. I haven't been to very many concerts. I saw the Dave Matthews Band once, and I saw Artemis Pyle's band. He was the drummer for Leonard Skinner, and he had a band called Saturday Night Special for a while back in the day. Ronnie Van Zant was in it before he did his country thing. This is like back in the early 2000s. And I saw them at this little random like biker hangout in Arkansas. It's a lot of fun. Oh, nice. Kathleen has ringlet hair. I always wanted ringlet hair. That's why I've ruined mine with perms a few times. Monkey Grader. So mom's a big Iggy Pop fan. Nice. Is anyone a Lana Del Rey fan? I love Lana Del Rey, but I was disappointed whenever they used some of her music in Life After Lockup. But, she lives in Louisiana now. I understand why they went for her, but I was like, dang. Oh, nice. Grand Funk Railroad in utero. Awesome. Oh yeah, Prince is definitely a great. Ooh, Dead or Alive in the 90s? That ought to be awesome. There are some really. Oh, Flock of Seagulls is touring again. How fun. There are some really random, obscure country bands that I like. Like, anyone heard of Cross Canadian Ragweed? Love them. There's also the Turnpike Troubadours. Ooh, Queen with Adam Lambert. That had to be super cool. Oh wow! Ivana Live for Love says her friend Sarah was an extra in the Purple Rain movie. That had to be awesome. Oh yeah, that Amos, that solo of While My Guitar Gently Weeps, like I have tears while I listen to that, like shivers, goosebumps, tears. It was like Prince summoned something from the heavens while he did that. Yeah. He didn't refuse for that performance. What do you mean, Ivona? I'm not following you there. Oh, he didn't rehearse for that performance. Wow. Wow. That's a master. That's a master at his craft. Apollonia Purple Rain. I'll have to check that out. I really enjoy Latina covers of songs. There's one I accidentally downloaded one time. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. I meant to download the original and got this one, but I kept it. And I'm like, oh, this is good. So where is it? It was a Rage Against the Machine song. Yeah, so it's Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine, but I accidentally downloaded a cover of it. I don't want to accidentally play their song. Well, I can't find the name of the band, but I'll have to find it because it is so good. Who went religious? Thank you, Kathleen. Oh, that's really cool. Amos says Prince's former employers all talk about how he was a friend, not just an employer. That's great. Apollonia. Oh, cool. She's all over YouTube. I will check her out. When Rage played on BBC. Yeah. I love that one. Vanity went religious. I didn't know that. This is from a picture, Janet. Hey, Fancy Pants. Yeah, this is from a picture of an 1800s town that I'm painting. And I have wood from the town that I'm going to attach to the top and bottom. That's why those parts aren't being painted. Thank you, Raquel, for being here. Thank you, Janet. Boss lady, yes, I do. Yeah, I've been showing and selling for a good 10 years now. I want to show more of my art on here, but if I show too much of my past stuff, I'll dox myself before I'm ready. You know what I mean? I've been considering just doxing myself and being done with it, but hey, weird girl, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ashley says so. For old school rock, roll, and jazz, does episodes on that. Oh, thank you, Mummy Brown. Yeah, I'll check that out. Rage Against the Machine to #1 because we were fed up of Simon Cowell's bands. Nice. I love that. Oh, I can imagine being sick of Simon Cowell's bands for sure. Thank you. Thank you, Ivona. Janet, I do animals, landscapes, buildings, people. My favorite things to do though are historical paintings and portraits. I like to do stuff just directly out of my imagination too. A few times I've painted historical figures who there are no known pictures or portraits of, so no one knows what they look like, and I can just freestyle it all out of my imagination of what I think they would have looked like. That's fun. Well, friends, I am getting really hungry. I'm going to have to cut this short. We've been on for about an hour, but I need to get some lunch. I didn't have lunch earlier. Thank you all so much for showing up and being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do more of these spontaneous art lives because I paint almost every day, and it's nice to come on and chat with y'all while I work. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Thank you, friends. Have a good day, everyone. Definitely will do more, Joy. Thank you, Mummy Brown. Thanks, Boss Lady. I appreciate it. Thank you, Ivona. Have a good day, everyone. Bye, B.